Welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. There is a possibility of a recession coming, and I don't want to make it sound like it's definitely going to happen, but I want you to be prepared for the possibility. And I've got some really interesting quotes and charts to show you today. Yes, recession risk, there's a chance of it within the next 12 months. It's growing. And I don't believe it's going to be the deepest recession. I don't think it's going to be the longest lasting recession within my lifetime, or probably yours. I don't think it's going to be 2008 to 2009 type of thing. I mean, who knows? I can't predict what's going to happen. It just doesn't seem like the same conditions. 2008, 2009 was a total surprise. 2020 was a total surprise. Things happened that nobody expected. But right now, there's a lot of expectations of a recession. People are ready for it. The market's already down. And the Fed minutes came out, and the Federal Reserve said pretty much flat out that rate hikes are coming all year long. Multiple 50 basis point interest rate increases. So the market knows this already. And the FOMC said policy may have to move past neutral into restrictive territory. And yet the major market indexes, they finished green even after this announcement. So that indicates to me, at least, that the markets already knew this, priced it in. It was no huge shock that multiple 50 basis point interest rate hikes are coming this year. Might even be 75 basis point interest rates. I don't even think that the market would be too shocked if that happened once or twice throughout this year. Now, if they started doing a lot of 75 basis point hikes, that could be the cause of a deeper market crash or recession if it happens. But even then, I don't imagine this will be the black swan event that some people are anticipating. You've got Ed Yardeni, president of Yardeni Research, raising his recession expectation from 30% to 40%. I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming that's within the next 12 months. So, this is the type of thing that the media is going to print in order to get clicks and views, that kind of thing. They're going to print things like George Soros saying with the disruption of supply chains, global inflation is liable to turn into a global depression. They love quotes like that. That's how you get your clicks. That's how you get your views. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen. I'm sure George Soros is a smart individual and all that, but that doesn't mean you have to panic sell. Doesn't mean that what he's saying is going to actually come to pass. I mean, look at this. JP Morgan, this is from 2017. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is, quote, a fraud that will eventually blow up. Fast forward to this year, JP Morgan, Bitcoin and crypto are now our preferred alternative asset. That's quite a turnaround in a 5-year time frame. Sounds like a total U-turn, 180 degrees. So you didn't have to listen to them. If you had sold your Bitcoin in 2017, yeah, you would have avoided a pretty long downturn from 20,000 or so down to 3,000 something, but then it came back up to 30,000, actually came up to Bitcoin went up to 68,000 at one point, but at the very least, 29 or 30,000. And so you don't have to listen to all these people. You don't have to panic just because they're panicking. And the crown jewel today is Bill Ackman's tirade on Twitter, a series of tweets. This is interesting. There are some valid points here. Inflation is out of control, yes. Inflation expectations are getting out of control, sure. Markets are imploding because investors are not confident that the Federal Reserve will stop inflation. And he goes on to say that the only way to stop today's raging inflation is with aggressive monetary tightening or with a collapse in the economy. And so this is, I'm not sure if I'm ready to call it fear-mongering. I think it's just a warning. Bill Ackman's a smart guy and all that. But yeah, those are kind of the choices. Either the Fed can do nothing and let inflation run even hotter, or they can tamp it down with the tools that they have. They're using the tools that they have. I don't necessarily believe there's going to be a soft landing, but I'm not ready to sow the seeds of fear into the people who listen to me. So yes, there is a chance of recession, but the Federal Reserve has signaled that they are taking action. Doesn't mean I trust everything they say or do. But yeah, there will probably be 50 basis point interest rate hikes and maybe a couple of 75.1s, and the markets will be shaky for a while. But look at what happened in 2020. The markets came right back up, even with bigger crashes than that. Okay, the markets always did come back up. These are cycles. These are normal. And so I'm not so worried about a global depression right now. I don't necessarily see that happening. If you're worried about all this, what you can do is scale back in your stocks that you have profits in. You can take your profits, that's fine. You can diversify with precious metals. That's not a bad idea anyway to do that, to have some hard, tangible assets in your portfolio and stocks representing those. And you can just stick to recession, I'm not going to say resistant, but stocks and companies that tend to do well during recessions, or at least comparatively well. So you got your Home Depot, your Coca-Cola, things like that, Apple. I mean, these are stocks that have survived and thrived after economic recessions. And so, when you buy, those are just examples. You want to pick your own, of course. Every weekend, I've been putting out lists of stocks or featuring stocks that I think have gone down quite a bit and I think represent pretty good companies. Some of them are great companies. So, you go out and do the research, get out there and find great companies, find ways to diversify your portfolio and extend your time frames so that if you have to hold them for a while through a recession, if it happens, you should be fine, especially if you don't panic. All right, you can look at the sell button all you want. As long as you don't press it, then you should be all right, hopefully. No guarantees, of course, but I wanted to give you my thoughts on all of the rhetoric and all the buzz that's going around right now in social media. You don't have to cave into it. All right, so more videos are coming soon. Thank you for watching and listening. I will talk to you again really soon.